What's going on, everybody? This is today's Bible study, and I want you to listen to it and get into it. We're in Isaiah 59, and it begins like this. So truth fails, and he who departs from evil makes himself prey. Then the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no justice. He saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore, his own arm brought salvation for him, and his own righteousness it sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation on his head. He put on the garment of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversary, recompensing to his enemies the coastland. He will fully repay. Now, I want you to understand what's happening here. This is all about setting the standard. He saw that there was nobody that was standing there that was willing to meet the need. He saw that there was nobody there that was willing to stand up for the right things and do the right order of things. So he took it upon himself to stand for righteousness, to stand for God. It's just like when some individuals choose to say, yeah, I got your back, but in the end, don't show up for nothing. You're about to get into a fight because somebody is about to press you and trying to get to you in a way, but your friend that says he got your back from the beginning to end, front, forward, and sideways, it's not even doing anything for you. Hold on. This person not even willing to stand for the count or make the difference or change the situation. No. So when this time happens, you got to be willing to stand up. When you know what's right. How many times have you sat there and somebody spoke on you and said something wrong? Instead, you chose to be silent. Sometimes you got to be silent, and sometimes you just got to speak up. Some people may misinterpret you, but you got to be willing to stand up for everything. This is why in this word it says, breastplate of righteousness, helmet of salvation, garment of vengeance, and full of zeal. Zeal, faith, atmosphere, not questioning, willing to approve, willing to stand up, willing to grow. Salvation, your connectedness and deliverance between you and God. Righteousness, standing for something that is upright, standing for the right things in your life, not bending, not voting, not transforming to what the world says you should be, but compelling into what God says you should be. Now let's get into part 2 of this thing. What's going on, everybody? Once again, this is part 2 right here. Part 2 of Isaiah 59, operating in silence. So here we go. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Meaning, when the enemy steps in, God will set the correct standard. Meaning, there is no arguing in between. There is no form of you allowing your emotions to take over and say things you ought not say and do things you ought not do. I've heard many people say that when they fight somebody out of anger, there's no joy in it. There's no completion in it. It's just you allowing your anger to seep out and not realizing the consequences that come behind it. Even your words have consequences when you say the wrong things. So when you step through it in God's standard, you'll be willing to be corrected and at the same time be willing to step out on faith and not step in it with emotion. I always have said this I learned this years ago. An angry mind is a narrow mind. When you're angry, your head can be controlled. Even in boxing, even in real life, you have to be willing to operate in a strategic planning state of mind. When I was a freshman in college, a man said to me, we used to always play chess together. He said, sometimes, son, you got to play life like you play chess. Always be a chess move ahead. Meaning not allowing your emotion to take control, but allowing the strategy to take control. Operating in faith, opportunity, in abundance. This is the straight manner of how God sets the standard. Now, then it says the Redeemer will come to Zion and to those who are, let's go back. The Redeemer will come to Zion and to those who turn from transgressions in Jacob, says the Lord. Ask for me, says the Lord. This is my covenant with them, my spirit who is upon you, and my word which I have put in your mouth shall not depart from your mouth, nor from the mouth of your descendants, nor from the mouth of your descendants, says the Lord, from this time and forevermore. Meaning, when you belong to God, when you operate in Him, His words will stay there. Once a child of God, always a child of God. Now I want you to get this clear when I say this. To be a child of God, you have to choose to follow Him thoroughly. This is why we're talking about the art of operating in silence. Everybody doesn't need to know your story. Everybody does not need to know what you're going through and dealing with. Strategically, there's certain ones that do. So when you operate in truth, operate in nobility, operate in the way that God's standard is, there's no reason for you to allow the world to affect. Because let me tell you, these people in this world, a lot of them don't mean you no good. A lot of these people mean you no harm sometimes, but some may have another plan for you. This is why every day we got to put on the breastplate of righteousness. We got to put the helmet of salvation. We got to put the garment of vengeance on, because a lot of people don't like you, don't care for you because of what you believe in or what you look like or your opinion or what you dress like or what you sing like or what you thought about. So with this today, even when there's a disagreement, you need to set God's standard, not the world's standard. Don't let someone trigger to the point that your anger take control and have you say things you should not say or interact in a way that you should not do that causes a greater conflict. Thank you for listening to this Bible study with Isaiah 59 and understanding how to operate in silence and how to set the standard. God bless you. God keep you.